Okay, so the last video I did with the personology book and the Chandra symbols or Sabian symbols presented by Elias Lonsdale in his camp. You know, because that's a constant. This, that, and the third. Blase, skip the woo of it all. Is it heresy? Is it, blasphemy? And I started thinking about, because I watch my own videos on YouTube because, like I said, it's basically my personal vlog of my life. That's why I started putting the dates on stuff so I can have a better ticking timeline because what be going on up there, it's not always good for recollection. Like, I remember bits and pieces and how they connect. But anyway, take somebody like my, went to the doctor. Take somebody like my paternal grandmother, my dad's mom, as opposed to my maternal grandmother, my mom's mom. So take somebody like my paternal grandmother, mother of the church. Oh, give it up. So, in our system that we grew up in, the Christian system, a woman's greatest thing that she could be is a helpmeet to her husband. Women, submit yourselves to your husbands, all that sort of stuff. My grandmother, we're going to bring it all the way back real quick to astrology, according to the person of the secret language of birthdays, was born on the day of the iconoclast. Breaking through barriers, changing the status quo, standing therefore. And after doing all she could to do to stand, she held her position, moving things forward. If I come from a spiritual system that only allows me to be great as I stand in the shadow of a man, and the man stands in the shadow of the Most High, it's a crapshoot. It is awful. And I thought about that too. Like, here in America, in the safety of my home for now, you can say stuff like this because pretty much anywhere outside of American soil, the 48 contiguous, maybe what is it, Puerto Rico, Guam, Hawaii, Alaska, having any ideology, unless you were Native American, Indigenous American, or something like that, having those sorts of thoughts and ideas about an inherent value as a human beyond being female or male, not being a part of some system that says this is the hierarchy, this is the pecking order, because that's a whole nother weird path. But the pecking order, you get buried up to your neck and stoned to death just for thinking that you could talk to God or that you could have a personal relationship with the Most High without first, I pray, but then I'll take it to my husband and he'll figure it out, and it's just, that's what I was thinking. Like, on Sundays, you'll have Women's Day, or you'll have Men's Day, you'll have Children's Day in Christianity, and I could see it, like, in the way that my grandmother postures herself, and just in females in general, because we were not born in the 1800s, and even then there were people who were strong and just didn't go for that sort of thing, but you couldn't be vocal about it, like she could speak on Mission Sunday, or she could speak on Women's Day, or she could be there. Like, everybody pay their tithes and offerings, right? And so whether you're a man or you a woman, you giving your tenth. And that means that the people that get a tenth, they are supporting the work of the church. Whether the church doing the work or not, hey, that's going to be on you, man. But the men get honored, the deacons get honored, all of them get honored, and you are pillars. You are the people that are building this church. And also, let's give it up for the women. No, it's not and also, it's all of us. Everybody in this building that's contributing has contributed whatever it is, a 10th, a 16th, a 32nd. When you get through and you break down all the books and you get to looking at who contributed what and where the actual funds came from, that's what you need to deal with. You need to deal with who the actual funds came from and give respect accordingly. But they don't do that. And you wonder why so many people tiptoeing away stepping real hard away from being a part of an organization that will belittle you before you even walk in the door. If you Christian, when you come in, you understand that you stand under the man. I don't even want to get into Islam because I don't know nothing about that. But from what I understand, it's way worse. There's a little bit more freedoms in this Protestant Christianity. Man, look, I understand submitting yourself and understanding that, I don't think I can do the same thing a man can do. Every time I got to do something around this house, my whole body just be aching. It just be messed up. But it's not so achy that I'll try to figure out which one of these loser dudes outside of my door I can go try to talk to. And, my raggedy neighbor, and he flirting with me in front of his wife. That's trash. You trash. That's not honorable. You ain't no man of God. Or, some dope fiend, your mama about to die, and you trying to figure out how to get into somebody else's house because she already got a reverse mortgage loan on that home, so you ain't going to be able to stay there too much longer, Jack. I don't know how they can expect us to stick with the system. It's on Google every once in a while in my news feed how people of the new generation are kind of getting away from religion and all of that. I don't want anybody to ever think that means that we getting away from God. We getting away from the Most High. We ain't getting away from God or the Most High, because how could you? It's still so much stuff going on that you got to have a baseline somewhere. But shoot, my baseline can't be inside of some building where before I even walk through the door, I say hey to the congregation, I'm already up underneath anybody in the congregation that just happen to have a tallywhacker. Absolutely not. You might have been in the church your whole life and ain't did a darn thing to serve your community, the Most High, or nothing else. You just in there and you have a penis. And that's the only reason why you getting respect, because you a man. But what kind of man are you? They don't care about stuff like that. That's why it is what it is. So, but it's always it's until it's not there, it's gonna be there. Trying to figure out, like, is this right? Because that's, me and my brother be talking about that. That's the built-in fear. That's why I told him to take it easy on our elders and the older generation. Like, we getting introduced to all of this new information about the African religion, or like Buddhism or Taoism, even Islam. We wasn't even into that or nothing like that. To, get him some grace, because that's built into the word. There's a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. But hey, sometimes you gotta step off that cliff, be the fool, see how it works. Later.